original.
Oh,
Because
damn,
I'm
we're in
sad like
trouble.
that. What up, Mad Rabbit?
I loved MASH.
You liked
And
MASH?
I loved MASH and China Beach. Absolutely. Well, I used to like war movies too. So, and the war movies in the 60s were really good.
I won't argue that.
It's true.
We put out a lot of really good ones in the 60s.
Yeah. And Lee
It's
Marvin. I used to love Lee Marvin. King of the North. That wasn't a war movie, but I liked the movie.
if we're
Lee
talking war
Marvin,
movies,
you're talking
it's
about
Full
Paint My
Metal Jacket.
Wagon?
It's
Huh?
full it's Full Metal Jacket or nothing else when it comes to war movies.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. Lee
That
Marvin, it comes
and
to Paint My Wagon with
Platoon.
Clint Eastwood.
Platoon. What did you ask, Tony?
Paint My Wagon with Clint Eastwood.
No, before that, you asked me something.
Oh, that
I,
was too long ago. I'm
oh,
sorry.
that's okay. I had to call in. My hand hurts to type, so it's easier
Oh no,
just to
you're good.
talk. I was in another accident, so
Recently?
yeah, right after Christmas.
Oh, man.
Do you need to
But
stop driving? Were you
I,
driving this
I
time?
think the
no. I
handcuffs
was
on the bed would be a good order.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was the passenger in this one, and I grabbed the armrest, which has that little divot in it for your fingers, and the
Oof.
door bent in.
Oof.
Yeah, so
So
my
your
hand hurts.
hand was trapped?
Yeah,
I've
well,
been
no,
running
I mean, I
around
got
for
it.
so many years,
Yeah, I
and I've
got it
never
out,
been
but
injured from a vehicle.
well, I've never had a bone broken. I've had whiplash. This is like my third one,
Well,
and
I've had a
the
lot of whiplash,
second one since August.
but never from a vehicle.
Now, I was in someone else's car. She had to
I've had
drive
my
back to Fort Lauderdale with a bent passenger side door.
I've had my fingers smashed in the door plenty of time.
Well,
Sliding
nothing's
glass door.
broken. And they're not even bruised, but they're turning a little green on the first knuckle there.
Ugh,
Right?
ugh.
Yeah, because I don't bruise easily, so you don't see the bruise until the green part comes up, and they're a little stiff, so it hurts to
Yeah,
type.
you got about
Thanks,
2 months to
Denise.
recover.
Oh, I'll be fine in a few days.
Yeah, but you got 2 months to recover.
Yeah.
It won't be the
So
same for a
take
long
so
time.
take it easy for a little while,
Oh
busybody.
no, this was. You want to hear the weird part? The same parking lot that I was hit in, and when they hit my car, same parking lot. Mine was in front of McDonald's. So this one was in front of Home Depot.
Guys were right next to the same spot.
It was
Oh,
like maybe 30 feet from the spot I got hit. But
here's
I
some
have
deja
a,
vu for you.
yeah. Well, at least I'm not driving my car that somebody gave me, so I was in somebody else's car.
Still, that's
I,
flashbacks for you.
yeah, right. I got the tag changed over and the insurance straightened out. Now I got to sell my other one to the junk man, and I'm standing in the yard crying because it's a stick shift, and now I have to drive an automatic.
Oh, the adjustment. Tony was just complaining about it. He was talking about when he got his first automatic car.
I get in this one.
It was in the 80s when I first drove an automatic.
Yeah, this is a Toyota Rav, and when I get into it, I mean, I was asking God for a truck, so He blessed me with a truck. But every time I get in, I look for a stick shift and look for the clutch. Your foot automatically goes to where there's no clutch.
Hey, my 2020 Jeep has no clutch. It's manual without a clutch.
Oh, yeah, those have been around a long time ago.
I got ruined because I went from
But
stick
it's an
shift.
8-speed, so it's kind of
Yeah.
I went from a from a stick shift truck to a Dodge Neon, and so they had that. It was
Oh,
automatic, but it had the thing. So
Yeah.
like habitually, I'm just like shaking it left and right, like for no reason. I just got my hand sitting on it and shaking it. I'm like, why am I doing this? Oh, okay, because
God,
you've driven a stick shift way too long.
yeah, I got to get used to this car. You just look at the accelerator and it goes, but it's got some rust on the engine, so we're going to have to replace parts one at a time.
How you get a rusty car in Florida?
Easy.
it
Somebody left it
snows a
sitting in.
lot in Florida.
Yeah, no, we have. I'm living on. I'm living on the corner of Saltwater River and the Intercoastal. We have a
Oh,
lot of
Oh,
okay,
salt.
that'll do
Yeah,
it. Yeah, that'll do
And
it.
this sat in a garage for a while.
So it's not
And
snowing there right now.
no. I moved, Tony. I used to live down south of Fort Lauderdale, and I moved up the coast to Central Florida.
And it's not snowing.
No, it doesn't snow in
I just
Florida.
saw a post on the weather app, my weather app yesterday,
Mhm.
that the cold is coming down that way.
Yeah. And I am so glad I'm out of South Florida, because those iguanas are going to be dropping out of the trees right and left on the cars. It's getting so bad down there. When I left, it was getting bad, but it has gotten so much worse. So much
The
worse. It's
iguanas
so
or what?
busy. Both that and all the people. And
And
I'm
the snakes
still.
should start trying to
You,
find places to hide too.
you don't have a lot of wildlife in South Florida because you have too big of a population. But where I'm living now, you've got everything. We've got otters. We've got ospreys. We've got brown eagles, bald eagles. We've
So there's
got
not very
hawks,
many.
and we've got rabbits,
But those
snakes.
aren't any problems for you.
Oh
No,
no, that's good. So there's not too many lizards over there, is what you're saying.
no. Yeah, there's a lot of little lizards that belong here. There's only
Hey,
this
Curse.
the town
What
I
up,
live
Cursed?
in. Hi, Zero. The town I live in is only a population of 9,000, more or less. It's still rural.
9,000.
Don't worry, people are gonna come in and start letting their pets free.
Yeah, that's why we're getting our land while we can.
Then you guys will
But
have
it's
fucking Nile crocodiles again in Florida.
no, we got the otters. But it's gotten so bad down there. But I'm still on the Nextdoor app for that zip code. I haven't changed it yet for up here. And all the new people that have moved down there and joined Nextdoor are complaining about stuff they should have researched before they got there, because you have raccoons in the city there. You have iguanas in your backyard. You've got alligators in the canal that you got to watch your dog about. And these people are complaining bloody murder. You know, they want wildlife to come out and take care of it. And wildlife tells them they're not going to take care of it. They'll only take care of the invasive species. And then the thing is, they come out to shoot the iguanas with the airsofts. And then the newcomers start complaining because they're hurting the poor lizards.
I don't know how
It's like,
raccoons get so bad too.
yeah.
Out here,
I'm
we got
from the
35.
Northwest. I know about
Yeah.
coons.
Yeah, we see
Mhm.
35-pound raccoons out here. Like they're
Yeah,
not.
we got the big
They
ones
know
down
when
here
they know
too.
when trash. They know when trash day is.
Yep.
They're an invasive species.
No, they're normal down here. But this
Oh,
is
their
where I
hides
grew
are
up.
awesome, though.
Oh, I
It
bet
was
fucking
funny
trash
because
pandas.
my guy was out in the yard one day and he's calling me. He's like, "Come out here and look at this. I never seen this before." And I go out there and it's a walking stick. When I was a kid, we used to catch these things and put them on our shoulders. And he'd never seen one before. And he's getting close to it. I'm told him, don't get too close to it because they spit at you. But I grabbed it off the wall and showed it to him. He's never seen one before, so he was quite taken with it. We don't have them down in South Florida.
First wanted to know if you heard that the Palladians are coming.
Yeah, for years
AMC.
and years and years.
How's it going, Nemesis?
They're
How we
probably
doing
already
tonight?
here.
Been here.
Probably already here. Now they're trying to do the. Oh! Did you see that picture I sent you?
Yes, I did. Of
That was
the orb or whatever.
Yeah, that was below the clouds. There was like
Okay.
this cloudy haze across the sky, no stars, and it was 17% wan on the crescent moon, so there was no light. And I walked outside to make sure the door to the cottage was locked, and I looked up and I went, "That's weird. There's a star, one star." And I went, "Wait, there's clouds behind it." So I ran back in the house and grabbed my phone and took a picture of it, zoomed in and took a picture. And it had these concentric circles in it, and it was flashing orange and blue. And you can just barely see the color on it in the photo, but it was a lot brighter to the naked eye.
I'm trying to pull it up right now.
Yeah.
It's gonna show it.
Had one of those orbs hanging over my backyard.
Well,
I don't know how well this is
you
gonna come
people
in.
in Florida, I just can't trust. So
Yeah, it almost looks like the moon, but it's got
It
like
does.
a bluish weird.
Yeah,
I don't know if you
but
can
it
see
was
it on
below
here.
the clouds, and stars and the moon are not that low. And
Can't really tell with my light, but Yeah, it's like a bluish color, and you
Yeah.
can tell it's pretty low to the ground just because of the angle. She's like almost straight up.
Yeah,
Not
over the
Venus.
cottage.
It's not Venus, definitely
No,
not.
you couldn't see anything in the sky that night. It was a 17% crescent moon on the wand, so there was no light, and we had this haze over the whole sky, so you didn't see stars or anything. And this thing was below that haze, below that
Hello,
cloud.
hello.
Hey,
Huh?
what's up, my niggas?
All right. Why are we gotta do that?
It's not a good start.
What? Oh no, the GA's okay. Not the ER. That's a no.
I don't think any of it's okay. I don't. Why don't you feel out the room first, Nemesis? You're back again. What can I do for you tonight, sir?
Oh. Well, I've been eating some gummies, right? And I know our last chat didn't go that great, and I'm here to
Yeah.
kind of remedy that by just uh being friendly, I guess.
What do you think? Why do you think our last chat didn't go well?
Well, I don't believe in that racism is real.
That racism is real?
Yeah, I don't believe it's real. I think it's a made up thing.
You can just say you don't remember our last chat. It's okay.
It was about race. I know that.
Nope. It was about the evolution of apes.
Yeah.
And then
Oh shit.
you came back into the chat, and then you
Oh,
called
right.
everybody the N word with a hard ER on it. And
Yes.
then
Okay.
you
So,
left.
but the general consensus is this: the GA is okay, and I've talked to a lot of black people on YouTube, and I've been on like 100 different panels asking the same question,
I
and the general
let me just stop
consensus.
you. Let me just stop you there. The hood pass only works in said hood. Okay.
Well, I've been
The
given
internet's
the
not the same.
N-word
I
pass.
guarantee there's plenty of people that would
Oh,
be offended by it.
I'll follow your rules, of course. I don't mind following rules. I just wonder why your rules are different than the general consensus.
I
They're
don't have a
not.
general
Why
consensus.
are you? Why are you? 95 to 99% of people's okay with people saying the GA, but
Uh,
Well,
feel
you're
free to
each
show
special.
me. Feel free
each
to show
room
me
is
that poll.
different.
Yeah, feel free to show me that that poll that of the consensus that you
It's
took.
just
But
it's just for me. You know, I'm a panel hopper, and I
yeah,
go from panel to panel.
I agree. It sounds very anecdotal, and I'm not really going with your poll here of 95%. That was just a number that you just threw out.
Well, that's what most means. Whenever somebody says most, they mean 95 to 99%. So the general consensus is 95 to 99%.
Oh, well, thank
But
Yeah,
you.
we're still
you,
here.
but you think that you're special. But you think somehow that you're special.
Yeah, you guys are both still on the
Where
Mudrabbit.
is this coming from?
No, he does. He thinks that he can go against the general consensus and make rules that don't.
Everybody can. Everybody
Your
has their
general
own opinion.
consensus or the populace general
Everybody has
consensus?
their own opinion
Well,
and variations on
like
it.
I said, rules are rules, and I'll follow them. All I'm saying is that he wants to go against the general
Well, you didn't even
consensus.
start.
But what I was
Every
saying,
room
Nemesis.
is different.
Well,
Every
no, no,
room has their own rules.
it's not even that. Nemesis, you haven't even come to a consensus. You were just presenting anecdotal evidence about that you experienced when going into other rooms. I don't know how that's a general consensus of any
Well,
way.
I took a well, basically,
You didn't present any. You're usually an evidence based guy, and none of
yeah.
that was evidence based.
We don't see the evidence.
My experience from asking people, like I go up on panels, say, "Hey, my N words," and they say, "Whoa," and then we have a discussion about it, and they agree. Like black people have agreed that GA is okay and ER is not. Even for black people aren't even supposed to say ER.
But we're
Are you
not
Exactly.
black
black?
in here.
Yeah,
We're all
and
white.
also awkward in a room full of white people. But
Yeah. We don't speak ghetto.
I would also say that anecdotal evidence doesn't support anything for me changing the way that I run my channel.
No, definitely rules are rules. But moving on, I don't believe that the concept is real. I don't believe it's a real thing that's happening. Racism. I don't believe that.
I actually kind of agree with you on that. I don't think. Well, I think
Hi, Mark.
there are people that are racist, but I would say the majority of it is just people not liking outsiders. It doesn't really matter what color their skin is.
You can't be racist. It doesn't exist. You cannot be something that doesn't exist.
I think you can. I think people can be racist. Yeah,
So you're making a
I agree.
claim.
I mean,
All
I
right.
grew up in a
You want to
racist
but
make a
family.
claim.
I would say the
race
majority. I would say the majority of things aren't racist that people call
being
racist.
racist is subjective, so it's going to be different for every
Okay.
person. It's
So
not objective. There's no one objective
so you're
definition
making a
for it.
claim. You're introducing a concept that I don't believe in. So do you have an example of racism?
I'm
Yeah,
saying it's
Concept
actually,
subjective.
does not mean racism.
yeah.
It's
No,
I
I'm gonna
think.
take you
subjective.
to claim court because
It's
I don't
I'm
believe
not
this.
going to get into any semantic arguments. It's just
This is not a
subjective.
semantic argument.
Yeah,
This
it
is
is.
I
One
don't believe
person
it.
thinks. One
Okay,
person thinks.
unicorns are real. Do you believe that?
They're in the Bible.
Well, I don't believe in
You
unicorns.
don't believe in the Bible?
No,
Okay.
Well,
that's
I'm just saying
also a
I'm
claim.
on one
that's my
person
evidence.
being
They're in the
racist
Bible.
to this to
All right. Do you have
unicorn.
an
But I'm just saying
example? Do
I
you
can
have an
give you an
example
example
of
of racism.
racism?
Yeah, I can give you an example of racism too. There's plenty of races
I'm
out
not
there
going to give
and
an example. I'm
organizations
not going to
that
get drawn
consider
into this. I came in
no,
here to
no,
have
it's an easy
fun,
one.
I'm
not
not
to
here
have
for
an
that.
argument.
It's an easy one though. I feel like yeah, there's plenty of organizations that consider themselves to be a superior race to others, and that's an example of
Yeah, and the
racism.
Southern Poverty
And it can
Law
be
Center too.
it doesn't matter what color your skin is. Where racism doesn't calculate to me is where they say that
Okay, you
minorities are the
still
only people
haven't
that
you
can
still
be.
haven't presented an
Oops,
example.
I
sorry.
did. Do I need to go through the list of
No, I mean an
anti-Semitic
example that
places?
exists in real life.
Yeah, there's neo Nazis, there's Nazis. I would say that there's groups
Believers and
of people
non-believers.
that are against the white race. There's plenty of examples of racism in the world.
Okay, so in order for racism to be true, you must first believe that white people are superior to black people in some way.
What the
No,
Or
heck
that's
there's
does
not.
it
some
got to
That's
do
races.
your
with that?
so
No,
You
your
must believe
definition,
that a
racism isn't
race has a
only
certain
about
Nemesis.
advantage
white
that other
No,
people.
races
man.
don't have. Do you believe
Racism
What
that one
does
isn't.
race has a
color have to
superior
Hold
do
on, I
with
advantage
gotta
to another
racism?
race?
Yeah,
hold on.
racism has
I gotta hear all
nothing to
of
Economically,
this,
do with
financially,
only
anything?
white
guys.
people.
I gotta hear all this, and that's why I put that caveat. I couldn't hear everybody when everybody was talking, but that's why
Oh,
I put that
sorry.
caveat is because it comes down to your definition of what racism is. I don't think you have to be a minority to be oppressed against.
All right,
I
let's
think
see what the definition of
any
racism is.
I'm not okay. You're
Okay.
playing. I thought you weren't playing a semantics game.
Prejudice, discrimination by an individual based on a person's racial or ethnic group.
Yep,
That's what
Or
you're doing.
religion
Okay,
or
sounds legit.
economic
so
case.
there's no such thing as the ethnic group.
How do
What?
we
That's a
get to
mental
this?
construct. There's no such. Okay, so there
No,
are white
because
people and there are
so
black
Uh,
people.
I'm
no. We
guessing you
use
have no ears and you don't want to
Nemesis.
hear anything anybody else wants to say.
Nemesis. Have you ever had to fill out a job application or anything?
Oh, I'm not saying that's not how the government falsely labels people.
No, we use classification for a
No,
lot of
they're
things.
falsely labeling.
No,
There
that's
are
like
white
saying
people that exist in the
that
world.
stop. That's like saying height's a myth. Like
No,
the
you
height
don't
of somebody is a
understand.
myth. No,
Okay,
I
you
do
don't
understand.
understand. You're not
You're
white.
using a false equivalent to say that
Okay,
doesn't exist.
use logic. Just use common sense
I
here.
am. That's a descriptive term.
Okay.
Someone would
Who is
say this
white?
person is Caucasian, or they would say
Okay.
this person is black,
The
or they
only
would say this
people that are
person.
white, the only people that are white are albinos. That's it. And the only people are black are the
And
ones
you
that
can make
have an
it,
ebony
and you can make the argument,
skin tone disorder.
Nemesis. You can make the argument that all of civilization
Yeah, I
started in
agree, man.
Africa
We're
and that
all
everybody
shades of
was
wheat.
dark. But what I'm
You're
saying
not
is,
white,
If you're not going to listen, how can we have a
you're
conversation?
no,
you're
you're the
skipping
ones
your
that's not listening.
Nemesis. You're picking and choosing how you want to go about this conversation, and you're doing it wrong.
No,
I can
we
make the
gotta.
argument. I can make you the argument that everybody's black because civilization started in Africa.
Agree.
No.
Yeah, I
Okay,
could.
so you're
If
not
you want to
listening
take
to
it
what
back
I
that
said. What
far,
did I just
we're
say?
talking. You told me that classifications of people aren't weird, aren't real. It's just manifested or something
No,
like that.
they
I don't
are
know why.
real. The government mislabels it. White
No, they don't
people are
mislabel it.
albinos.
But why are government coming into this
You're not
equation?
white. You're not understanding what the fuck I'm saying. God damn. I'm
No, because you're not
saying
explaining it well.
you are not white. You can't refer to yourself as white. You are not fucking white.
What's
You're
white
not an
got to
albino.
do with anything?
You're not a fucking albino. The only people that are white are albinos. The
Okay,
only
yeah.
people
what's
that
that
are
got to
black
do with
are
anything
ebony.
you're talking
So,
about?
so once
The
again,
only
it's a
people that are
descriptive.
white are albinos. The
So once
only
again,
people that are ebonies are the people with the skin pigment disorder where their skin is super melanated.
Nemesis.
Okay.
What's that got
The
to do with
reason I'm
Now,
anything?
giving you
everybody else is a
no,
shade
you're
of wheat.
no,
Everybody else
that's
is
not
a
true.
shade of wheat.
This isn't true. So
That's
now
the
you're
truth.
gonna say because these descriptive terms aren't 100% right, like with the actual color of them, that they don't count as descriptive terms.
They do only
Yes,
if
I
you
understand that
identify
not
as
all.
albino,
I
but not
understand
really
that not
identify
all.
if you
That's
are
silly.
albino.
You're making a silly thing. You're making a silly argument.
It's
Yes, I
not
understand.
silly. The
Yeah,
government divides
because
us for a reason. It's
stop for a
called
second.
divide
Think
and
about what you're
conquer
saying.
strategy.
I understand that black
Do you know
people
what a
aren't actually
dichotomy
black.
is?
They're different shades of
Do you
brown.
know what a
I
dichotomy
understand.
is?
I
Do
understand
you
how
know what a
colors work.
dichotomy is?
Do you know what a color rainbow is?
Answer mine first. Do you know what a dichotomy is?
Oh man, you're killing me,
Do you know
Nemesis.
what a dichotomy is?
I'm getting ready to throw you off the panel unless you
Well,
give me
go ahead,
something here,
nigger.
bud.
Go ahead, nigger.
Explain
Why are you?
yourself simply and peacefully.
No, he blew his chance when he wanted to
No,
swear for no
everything I
reason.